class. Sorry, I am a couple minutes late here. Actually, you probably can't hear me yet. Hello, class. Running a couple minutes late. I apologize for that. Unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately in a way, I was rearranging everything for a thumbnail shoot. I was shooting some new thumbnails, needing some different camera angles. So all my camera angles were really messed up, and I had to readjust them for the live stream again. They're still a little bit off. Like this camera, it's kind of bothering me. This camera right here. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Hold on. Is that better? Should be. Yeah. All right, that's much better. Okay, so yeah, sorry about being late. Hopefully everybody's having a great week. Glad to be with you once again. Hopefully everybody had a great week of practicing and playing piano. So how's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments of this live stream, and I would love to hear from you. Today we're talking about upbeat and happy chord progressions. So once I say hello to some people, we'll get right on it. We got Barbara back here once again. We got Fuddy Duddy here from Cold Bangor, Maine. Not so cold these days, I'm sure. We got Cecilia here. Welcome, Cecilia. We got James Patterson, the famous author, is here tonight. I can't hear or see anything. Has it started yet? No, it has not started. Well, I guess now it has. We got Barbara here once again. Temperature tonight is 109. Oh, no. Man. All right, and hello to Linda and everybody else. We'll get started here right now. Just give me a second. Let me get the Facebook stream started, and we'll get right on with it. Hey, Barb Moody's here again. Glad to have you back with us, Barb. Hello, students, and welcome back to our class, Piano Lessons on the Web. If you want to meet with us live, and why haven't you yet, by the way, meet with us Fridays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We meet over here on YouTube, youtube.com/lessonsontheweb, and Facebook, facebook.com/lessonsontheweb. So feel free to come out and join us live if you haven't. I would love, love, love to see you there. Make sure to share this on social media to let other people know about our class, because the more people we have in attendance, the better. All right, let's get on with the lesson here. And we'll get going. Okay, I think I got mostly everything. The songwriter instead of books. All right, I was just talking to James there. All right, here we go. I thought up of an intro earlier today, and okay, I think we're good now. One main contributor to the overall background, song, and feel. Darn, hold on. One major contributor to the overall feel and mood to a song is its chord progression, or the pattern of chords it uses throughout the piece. Today we're talking about happy chord progressions, and I'm just going to give you a few examples of the most common ones out there. This is really useful if you want to get a better idea, better understanding of the music that you're playing, why it sounds happy, and it's also great if you're looking to get into music composition. Our first chord pattern is okay, our first chord pattern is this. It's A minor, so you just start on A, all three white keys, F major, C major, and then G major. A minor, even though it starts with a minor chord, it has a very uplifting feel to it. One more time, play it along with me. A minor, F major, C major, G major. Just like that. So that's one Nice sounding chord progression you can use. You can even make up like a little improv to it. Just like that. You'll also find this chord progression is pretty common in 50s music. All right, let's get on with the next pattern. Why is it not working? Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay, pattern number 2 is G major, B flat major, and then C major. This is the chord progression they use in the song Freebird. So once again, G major, B flat major, and C major. One more time, G, B flat, and C. So this is another easy one to play and use it in your music composition if you need it. All right, let's take a look at pattern number 3. Okay, pattern number 3 is commonly used in reggae music. A lot of Bob Marley music uses this chord progression. And this chord progression is going to be B minor, E7, G major, and then F sharp minor. Or that's diminished, sorry. So one more time, let me play it up a little bit higher because it's a little muddy down there. B minor, E major, E7 actually, G major, and then F sharp minor. So B, E7, G major, and then F sharp. It's actually an F sharp minor 7th here. Oops. Keep playing that as a diminished chord. Okay, let's get on to pattern number 4. Okay, pattern number 4 is the most common chord progression in music. Do you know what that is? Think about it. It is the 1-4-5 progression, and if you're in the key of C, very simply, it's going to be a C major. It's going to be F major, G major, and then back to C major. Now, this one's pretty obvious as to why it's an upbeat chord progression, is because all of the chords are major. I tried to include this one last because it's the most obvious one, but I included some interesting ones in there as well. Okay, so what questions? I'm going to open it up to questions now, kind of a short lesson for today. But hopefully, some questions will provide some more context to this. What questions do you have about playing upbeat chord progressions? Do you have any chord patterns of your own that you would like to share with us? So let's take a look at the comments and questions here. I may just end up talking to some people here, some of our regulars, but let's take a look here. We got Barbara here. I did not think it's hot. Okay, so talking about the temperature. Bar Moody says, hi, Linda. All right, so let me know any questions or comments you have about today's lesson on chord progressions or the happy chord progressions, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. And we got Greg is back in the house. What up, Greg? Even though your name says David beats Goliath. Now I get it. Forecasts 32. Okay, 90 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's pretty hot. That's what it is here. Hey, Bronze Knight, how's it going? All right, any questions about our topic tonight? No problem if there are none. I'll kind of walk you through what's happening with the channel, what's coming up through the rest of the summer. Some exciting news I have. For sure that we're all going to be very excited about, because it's going to really help it's really going to help me make better content for you guys, and it's just an exciting thing in my life. Let me kind of first walk you through. So what happened? Oh, you know what? I don't have my tablet plugged in. This should only take a sec. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you go to pianolessonsontheweb.com, in which I have tons of music courses to help you learn a lot more. We'll talk about that in a minute. I want to go over with you the calendar of what's coming up. First of all, if you go to my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com, and you click on community, you can fill out that form. You'll get a reminder 30 minutes before we meet. But if you scroll down, you're going to see the calendar of what we're talking about and when. So Sunday we will be meeting again. And I'm going to be taking questions on playing chords on the piano. So not just chord progressions, anything about playing chords you can think of. So right now, between now and Sunday, think of some of your most pressing questions on chords. And then actually, I will be answering some general questions about learning piano music after we've done the chord discussion. So if there's anything you'd like to ask, bring it with you on Sunday. Next Friday, we are playing staccato and legato on the piano specifically. This was a recommendation, I think, from Andy a few weeks ago. I think it was Andy, about playing staccato in one hand while you have legato in the other. It's something a lot of students struggle with, and it's definitely something that takes some effort. So it's not just staccato and legato, it's how to do them both at the same time. Then the next Sunday is common mistakes students make reading music. And then the Friday after that, August 3rd, it's not on the calendar yet. Let me bring us back to the calendar. We will not have lessons on August the 3rd. There's a number of reasons. One, it's my mom's birthday. She's not around anymore, but I just kind of like to take the day to remember her by. And two, that's the day I'm settling on my house. So pretty much all of the things are done with buying the house. In terms of like things going through. So the as far as I know, the financing is all through. They've even the underwriters have even reviewed my loan and my application, and they say that everything should be good to go. They only had like one small question about something that was really easy to fix. And they didn't have any other questions other than that. So I think I'm really good on that front, and I should be. I mean, I meet all the number requirements and everything. The inspections, there was a lot of little problems with it, but the seller luckily has agreed to fix a lot of that stuff. So that is amazing. So we were able to make a deal there. So yeah, it looks like it's happening, everybody. I think there's probably about a 99% chance it's happening now. So it's really, really awesome, really exciting. So what that means for, and I'll get to some questions here in a second. I'm not ignoring all of you, but, what this means over the next couple of months is that probably in August, I'll still try to at least have one live stream a week. I might even be able to swing both. But they might be shorter, and they might be just a little bit more sporadic just through August, because through August I will be painting my house. I'll be getting, like, I need some things fixed. I need a new hot water heater. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just really old, and I don't want it to break on me when I need to take a hot shower. So there's just some little things I need to fix and get ready. I estimate it'll probably take about a month, I think, to get everything done with it that I need and get my stuff in. It might take a little bit longer than that, but I don't think it'll be that much. I hope to be moved in or moving in probably early September. So by then, my goal is to really get back on to producing content. I've actually been doing a lot of work behind the scenes developing lesson ideas for the fall. And actually, I'm going to be coming out with some new video series and some other things that are coming out that I don't want to talk about a whole lot yet. I'm going to just might make you wonder about what they're going to be, but they're going to be exciting. They're going to be things based on some questions that I've been asking in our community section about what you'd like from the channel. So I am going to be incorporating some of those things and some of the other things that I've talked about. You're going to be seeing more playing from me. I'm going to get more on a regular practice regimen, and just so I can show you the progress I can make in a certain amount of time. And I think that's going to be really helpful for you. But there's going to be a lot of other things going on. Linda is asking for pics of my house. I'm going to have to think about that. And I know some of you are probably going to be asking me to do a house tour. I'm probably not going to do a house tour only because it's kind of a security issue. I mean, I'm probably being overly cautious, but I don't like, I'm going to be getting like a security system. So, but I don't want to be showing you like where everything's at. The layout of the house. Probably what you're going to be seeing is videos in different rooms of the house, because obviously one room's going to be just for the studio here, but then I'm going to be filming some other. You'll see these are some of the other video series I'll be talking about. They will be filmed in other rooms, but I don't want to show you how all the rooms are connected to each other. I don't think it really matters, but I'm probably being overly cautious. But I want to be cautious and not get too crazy. If you contact me on Facebook, I might share some with you privately, but I don't want to give you a full house tour. But you will be seeing on the channel bits and pieces of it for sure. All right, we got some great comments here, and then I'll get back to your questions, I promise. So a lot of people are saying congratulations. Thank you very much. Karen says it's your personal space. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, so I think it is a good idea. I won't be showing you the entire layout, but you're going to see some rooms here or there, and you're at least going to see the new studio, which I'm really excited about. I mean, it's just going to be a room, but it's going to fit this stuff in it, and I'm going to get some neat things, hopefully, to be in the background rather than this red curtain backdrop, which has served us well over the last couple of years. Certainly better than the other backdrop that I had, but that's it's going to be really, really cool. They don't need to see it. Why can't people just be happy for you? I think they are happy for me. See, now I want to say your name's David. You said, what did you say? What your name was? Sorry that I do forget, because I do remember you coming in before. Greg. So yeah, I think the reason they're asking me Greg is because they're excited for me. Yeah, it's nothing personal, I'm sure. Okay. I think you're a wise Tim. Yeah, I agree. Okay, congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay, let me get to some questions here. Hey, Sean Kokish is back here. Koresh is back here once again, I should say. Okay. Barb Moody has a question on arpeggio techniques. All right, let it rip, Barb. I think you might have it down here. I'll ask David's question in the meantime, or not David, Greg. See, now I get confused with you, Greg. Tim, is the 1-5-6-4, is that played in root or order? Right? Is that played in root order? I played it in root order. You'll see me on the channel a lot play chords in root position. This is to alleviate confusion, because if I start adding in inversions and people haven't seen the videos yet on voice leading and when you should use inversions and where, they'll get extra confused. So I like to do everything in root position, but no, they're certainly not always going to be in root position. Linda says, I learned the chords, but not in first position. How do I know when to use the inversions? Okay, so here's the question. So Linda is wondering. Okay, so it takes some getting used to how this works. So say I have the last chord progression we did, which is the 1 with the 1-4-5. So it's C major, F major, G major, and I played those all in root. Now, here are the rolls. So you got to think about this between two chords. So my first chord's C, my first chord's F, right? The goal between in proper voice leading in general, there's some other things with jazz and how voice leading works there, but in general, what you want to do is you want to move between the chords in as little movement as possible. So the first thing you got to do is retain any common tones, notes that both chords have in common. So the C major chord is made up of the notes C, E, and G. F major chord is made up of the notes F, A, and C. Now, what note did they have in common? Well, C, right? So that means when I move to the next chord, I'm keeping that C right where it is. I'm not moving that thing anywhere. Then with these other two notes that I have, I need to move them in the smallest amount of movement possible to get where I'm going. So let's take the middle note E now. Well, E is closest to F, so I'll move it there, and we have G. G moves closest to A. So therefore, I'm going to move from this C in root position to an F in second inversion. That's because I want to retain the common tone, move the rest in as small movement as possible. Moving from F major to a G major chord, well, there are no common tones, but you can move C up to D, F up to G, A up to B. So that's going to be in second inversion. And then to get to the final chord back to C, then you're just going to move all of these up one. Actually, you're going to retain the G because that's a common tone right where it is. So remember two things: retain common tones, and then the second thing is move the rest by the smallest amount possible. Now, if you start on a different inversion, that changes everything. That changes all the inversions of all the other chords, because then the F major is in root position, G's in root position. So it really depends on where you're starting as well. But if you follow those rules, you won't go wrong. Okay, let's play some chords that James Patterson has recommended here. So D minor ninth, right? So that would be... Oh, I love that chord. Beautiful chord. So let's see. To a G7. Oh, I like that. So you're into jazz, I see. C minor 9. And then B flat. And B flat, B flat major 9, eh? Okay, I totally messed up the voice leading on this. Let me see. So D, I'm going to play it down here, actually. It's going to be a little bit easier to follow. Oh, I see what kind of I forget what this is called. B flat major 9th. But it's something where the top note comes down a step each time, and it has a really, really cool effect. That's a really good jazz progression, basically. So I love that. That's good. I'm going to play it one more time. Whoa, what is that? Yeah, it's just a moth, everybody. I'm used to having bees down here. If you who here remembers the bees from back in October? Anyway, here we go. I love it. Great progression. Barb says, "Yippee! Congrats on your house. Thank you very much." Tim is raking in the bucks, and I love how Fuddy Duddy puts LOL at the end, because that is so true. Because I wouldn't say I'm making a living, obviously, which is great. I feel great about it. I really couldn't have done it without all of your support, because a big portion of why I was able to do this was because of the YouTube channel and all the things we've done. So thank you very much. I'm certainly not rich by any stretch, at least not yet. Linda says, "Congrats." Thank you very much. David's, I see him calling you David still. Thank you very much. Karen's here, by the way. Karen, I hope you're doing well. Glad to have you with us. Okay, hello, Mr. Tim. Yeah, Gregory. I'll have to remember that your name's Gregory. Abigail says, key of F major, 1, 4, 5, 4. Okay, 1, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so in the key of F major, this is what Abigail is telling us. We got F major, 1, 4, 5, 4. So 1, 4, 5, 4. Reminds me a little bit of Sesame Street, but hey, that's definitely a happy chord progression. Nothing wrong with Sesame Street. I used to watch it all the time. Key of G major, 1, 4, 5, and then 6, which would be, why am I blanking on this? Oh, I like that one. That one's a good one too. Thank you, Lord, for Tim's house. Congrats, Tim. I agree. Thank you very much, Abigail. And thank you, the Lord. Karen says people are happy. It's just that we've been hearing about the new studio for a while, and some of us are excited and asked for Tim about it finally being able to have it. Yeah, so I definitely understand that you want to see pictures of it and everything. And but you're definitely going to be seeing the studios because I'm going to be really excited to show it to you. But I need to paint it up and get it all ready first. Question, says Barb. Could you demonstrate good technique for arpeggios? Okay. I'm having trouble with wrist pain from, I think, too much ulnar deviation. Okay, turning hand inward, away from little finger. Okay. Sure. I can go over a good technique for arpeggios. So, first things first is sit up straight. I know. It's the normal everyday stuff. So what you want to do is you want to sit up straight. It's actually pretty important to your technique because that's how your whole body moves based on whether you're sitting up straight or not. If you're slouched over, your body's not going to move very well. The next thing I have to tell you is that you want to slightly bend your fingers in the direction that you're supposed to be playing. So if you're playing ascending, you want your fingertips ever so slightly pointed in that direction. You don't want it like that. Even that's too far. Even that's a little far. It's ever so slightly. It's not a big deal at all. And that just really helps in general hitting the notes without having to stretch too much. Because arpeggios have these gaps in between the notes, especially where you have the end of one chord into another. You have that perfect fourth gap there. And pointing your fingertips gently in that direction helps. The second tip I have for you is that you can't really see me, but you want the core of your body to gently tilt. I know I said sit up straight, and this kind of goes in. Well, you're still sitting up straight front to back, but you are tilting, you're pivoting, I guess, where your hips are. And you are pivoting your body slightly in the direction you're going as you're moving there. And now I'm coming back, so I'm about the middle here, and now I am tilting to the left. I don't know if I should call it tilting or pivoting, really. So pivoting up, having my fingers slightly pointed where I'm going. Gentle motion. Another thing, tip number 3, is make sure you follow the correct fingering. If you do not follow the correct fingering, they will be impossible to play, especially at any kind of speed. They're especially more difficult with the flats. Oops. See, I'm not even used to them. Just like that. And go nice and slow and all that stuff I always say. Okay. Love that answer, says Linda. Bronze Knight says FACE. F, G, B flat, D. Oh, I like that one. That one's a really good one. The FACE one. I like that. That's not bad. That's a good progression. F major, A major, C major, E major. That's cool. That's different. I like that. That's great. They have F. I like this one too. G major, B flat major, D major. That's great. Those are great progressions. I love them. And then I'll get to James's question here in a second. Then Bronze Knight also said E major, G major, B flat major, and then D major. These are all killer, man. I love them. James says, yes, I'm getting into jazz. My problem is I can't read music. But I love your channel, so please be encouraging and thank you. Please be encouraged and thank you very much. All right, I'm always encouraged, and that's great to hear from you, James. There are plenty of lessons on the channel that can help you learn how to read music. Let me know if you need help finding them. But if you go on the main channel page, you scroll down, you should find them. Gregory says, my name is Gregory, fight me. So David versus Goliath will have to fight you. I'm okay, Tim, thanks. All right, glad to hear it, Karen. Bronze Knight says F, G, A, C. Yeah, those are all pretty good. The stream is glitching for me. Well, write a letter to YouTube, or I'm not sure. If it's glitching for anybody else, let me know. But it's probably on YouTube's end. Make sure to refresh the page if you need to. You may even need to close your browser and reopen it. Could also be your internet. Barb says, so it doesn't look like you are using thumb under technique. Let me show. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? With I definitely do it with scales where you tuck your thumb underneath. And I do tuck it under a little bit. But what I wouldn't do, and this is why I don't use, well, I do use the thumb under technique. It's just harder to see, and I use it in combination with something else. The reason I don't do a thumb tuck under like I would with a scale is that between here and here, the G and the C, that hurts my hand to do that. And that actually might be your problem. What I do is when I hit the G, I start to tuck underneath. I don't tuck it all the way. I'm not really like straining my muscle to do it. But as I'm doing that, I'm also shifting up my hand at the same time in a gentle gliding motion. Same thing coming back down the other way. Just like that. So yeah, I use a combination. It's harder to see the thumb, but it is working there. Hey, Fireflower's back again. Welcome back, Fireflower. And anybody else, whether you're new or returning student, I would love, love, love to see you in future live streams. So remember, we meet Fridays, Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fireflower can't stay, though. Work stuff, perfectly understandable. You got to keep that job. Bar Moody says, thanks, Tim. You're very welcome. Hey, Den says hello. Welcome out, Dens. Glad to have you with us. I believe it's your first time here or one of your first times. So everybody, give a warm welcome to Dens. Fight says my reception is fine. All right, so long as you don't have any static coming through on your reception. Okay, any other questions? We got some really great questions in here tonight. Some really good, suggestions from the night. And, yeah. Okay, let me talk about my website a little bit while some other questions may be coming in here, because some of you who are new may not know about it. Okay, if you really like what you see over here on the YouTube channel, you're learning tons, I highly, highly recommend you go over to my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com, where I have over 20 courses designed to help you learn a lot more about not only just piano, but music theory, improvisation, rhythm, ear training, and a lot of other things I felt you would need to become a well-rounded musician. Just like the YouTube channel, this is real instruction. This isn't gimmicks like you can play piano in 5 minutes or play piano in 23 days or whatever. That just doesn't happen. Learning piano is hard work, but with my courses and my help, you can do it. Yeah, you can learn, practice, and master each topic because not only are there instructional videos similar to the ones you see here on the channel, there are printable sheet music, notes, worksheets, real songs to play, and activities to enhance your learning. And like always, you can contact me with any questions you have, tim@lessonsontheweb.com, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. So go over and check it out. We have quite a few courses to offer. As you can see, we have a bunch of piano courses, a ton of those actually. We have quite a few music theory courses. We also have rhythm, ear training, sight reading, and improvisation as well if you want to get into that. So like I said, it can really help take your music understanding to that next level, whether you are a beginner just starting out or you are an intermediate student, you're looking to get into the more advanced stuff. There are courses over here for you. So go to pianolessonsontheweb.com right now and check it out, because if you like I said, if you like what you see over here on the channel, I really wanted to tell you about this because you can really get a lot of value out of these courses. Okay, everybody's saying hi to Dens. All right. Linda, thank you very much, Linda, for the $2 super chat. I really, really appreciate your continued support. And yeah, thank you very much. Gregory says, can you play really well? If so, can you? Sure. Well, I haven't been practicing any kind of like big scale piece, but I can always play, which I do plan on getting into once I get into this house, because then I'll have some more time. But I can always play some B flat blues improv for you, or I could look up for Elise or something like that. Hold on, let me move this. There we go. Abigail says, sounds great, Tim. Thank you very much. Love jazz, says Linda. Grace says, bravo. Karen says, I've been away from practice lessons so long, I just hope I can remember my password when I try to log into my current course. Not a problem if you forget, Karen. Just let me know through email, and I'd be more than happy to reset your password for you. Play a Kami ga Kill. I don't know about that. I don't know what that is. It sounds familiar, though. Is it a game? Grace says, "Oh, Tim, I've been playing Bach's Part 2 Inventions. Great. What course would be right for me? If you've been playing Bach's 2-part Inventions, my piano level 3 course, either piano level 2 or piano level 3. If you're playing 2-part Inventions, though, I would check out playing the piano level 3, I think. 3, 4, or 5 will do you, but I would start with 3. Especially if you don't know all your scales yet. If you know all your scales and everything, you can start with playing the piano level 4, probably. Okay, James Pattern says, try this chord progression. Okay, B flat 6, eh? Let me see. Okay. B flat 6 with a G. Oh, and the G's in the bass. Okay. Ooh, I like that. You know, that's actually a G minor 7th. But I know in jazz they switch them up. Okay. And then E flat. C minor. Keep the G on top. Wait a second. B flat with G in the bass. Okay, and then you must be talking about going to E flat there. C minor, G in the bass on all 3, then go to D major, 2nd inversion. Oh, like that? I like that. That's a cool one. Gregory, I am an anime fan, and actually that's probably where I've heard it. I'm not a huge anime fan, though. I mostly, back in the day, I was into shonen quite a bit. I mean, obviously I grew up with like Dragon Ball Z and things like that, so I watch Dragon Ball Super every once in a while. But other than that, I know it's like how basic can you get, but you know, and I've watched Naruto and things like that. Naruto. Grace says, I asked a question earlier. All right, let me get to your question then, Grace. I apologize. Bravo. Okay. Oh, you said thank you. Okay, so I assume I got your question, Grace. Let me know if you asked a different question. But I did get to your one question about the courses to take. All right, any other questions about what we're going to, or what we talked about tonight? Oh, excuse me. I had tacos earlier. Because you had to know that. All right, remember, I'll wrap it up here in a few minutes. Remember that we are meeting again on Sunday. I am going to be taking your questions related to playing chords on the piano. And so bring those with you. I'd be more than happy to answer those there. I'm looking forward to a great discussion with all of you. And trying to think of anything else I need to tell you other than the exciting house news and what's going on for August and September. I'm really excited to be starting some new content for all of you and taking the channel in a familiar yet different direction. Because obviously it has to be about piano, right? You wouldn't stay subscribed if I changed it. I always make the joke if I change it to like top 10 cats or, you know, cats and tacos or something like that. Even though that probably would be appealing to some. It's still going to be all piano, but it's going to be different things that I've either experimented a little bit with before or I've never done at all before. And I think you're all going to find it pretty valuable because it's going to teach you about other things related to learning piano rather than just like how-to lessons. How to do this on the piano, how to play arpeggios on the piano, how to read music on the piano. And all that stuff's great, and a lot of you I know find those lessons valuable, but I already have a catalog of a lot of lessons on that stuff, so I'm not going to have as much of those. There still will be those for sure, and especially if it's on a topic I haven't covered in as much detail, or if I can put like a different value on it, you know, like how to read music in a certain way that I haven't talked about before or something like that. So I'm looking to change things up, but they will be good for learning piano, so that value is still going to be there for you. And I'm really excited because I have been working for months now, kind of planning the I don't know, not like reinventing the channel, but coming up with some new great content for all of you. Linda says, where can we get good chord practice? Well, I have a course over on my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com, called Chord Trainer. That's a good place. Get good chord practice, eh? What I recommend to get good chord practice is start practicing songs that have lead sheet. And you probably, Linda, you've been following me for a while, so you probably know what lead sheet is, but just in case you don't, or in case anybody else here doesn't, one of the best things to do, what would be like let me just type in lead sheet. One of the best things to do to get practiced on your chords, I know I didn't say that very eloquently, but it's to get lead sheet, songs in lead sheet, which are this notation right here. So here we have Greensleeves. Answer me this question. What's missing from this song that we usually see in a lot of other pieces that we play? Oops. And the answer is the left hand. So there is no left hand written. Instead, there are just chord symbols. So that's why learning pieces in lead sheet is really good to practice your chords, because not only are you going to have to go through and remember all the chords of the piece, you're going to have to be able to play them on the fly. Now, if you're new to playing lead sheet, go through and learn the chords first and then play it with the melody. But it's going to force your brain to come up with these chords quicker than just playing them statically, playing them static, like C major. Okay, I'm going to play a C major chord. You know, it's a lot more thinking to have to play it with a melody going on top. So that's actually probably the best way to practice your lead sheet. And it looks like Karen and Linda and Bronze have gotten it all right. Kame Ga Kill is an anime. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that really badly. Anyway, as an anime, I really like the song that's on it when it comes to the piano. That's really great to hear because I love anime music, actually, like the music they use in animes. I really love, again, shonen. Like One Piece has an amazing orchestral soundtrack, really, really awesome. Dragon Ball Z has one that's interesting but very memorable. So I really do like a lot of pieces there. So that's awesome. I whatever you're inspired by to learn piano, go for it. You know, not all of us are inspired to learn by Mozart or Beethoven. In fact, in the modern era, I would say there's probably more people inspired by favorite anime that they like or video games that they like than a lot of that really classical stuff, which is really great to learn, by the way, because it will really help sharpen your skills. But, you know, if it's not what inspires you, you might want to add in some other things you like into your practice. But you should be practicing a mixture of things that you may be not super interested in, but will help you advance your technique, and then a mixture of things also that you actually like to play that might not challenge you as much. It's really out of my league. I don't know if I could ever play it, and I was wondering if you could. I probably could with practice, to be honest with you. I can play anything with practice. I don't think there's really a piece out there that would be like 100% impossible for me to do. Now, things like Liszt or like Franz Liszt or some Chopin, I might have to adjust. Well, I might have to practice a lot to get it down. But I might have to make some adjustments because some of the hand span stuff, because I don't have really, really large hands, I'd have to kind of make some slight modifications to that. Linda says, I love theme music to movies. I agree. I still love my classical load, says Karen. I agree. I love classical as well. But I find that like a lot of people that go to music school, they're like, oh, I'm inspired by Mozart and Beethoven, and I'm, I don't know. I go to the Philharmonic Orchestra all the time, and it's like, well, that's awesome, first of all, and it's amazing that you do that, but not everybody's inspired by that stuff anymore. But it is still fantastic. Actually, if you have the opportunity to go see the Philharmonic Orchestra or any orchestra, I would do that. Because you never know what you might be inspired by. Like, I've always been surprised. Like, sometimes I'll go to something, I'll be like, I don't think I'm really going to be into that. And I go, and I'll hear them play and be like, wow. Like, I'm really impressed, and I just find, like, a new type of music that I like that way. So expose yourself to as much music and as much music culture as you can, even if it's outside of what you think you might not like. So maybe you're one of these anime or video game people that, started learning for that. Well, go attend a classical concert, if you get the chance. You might actually really, really like it. Some of that music is really, really interesting to listen to because there's a lot of planned, meticulous stuff going on in there that's really butter to the ears. It sounds really nice. There's no possible way I can send you the notes without a link, LOL. You could send me one, but to be honest with you, I'm probably not going to play it here on stream. At least not right now, because we're getting close to finishing up. So you can, send me a link on Facebook, facebook.com/lessonsontheweb, and send me a private message. Or you can email me, tim@lessonsontheweb.com. And if you get a link to it, send it to me. I'm more than willing to take a look at it, let you know what I think about it. And if I can play it right away, I'll do that. But it's just unfortunate that I don't have enough time in the day to learn everybody's or play everybody's request. But I'd be more than happy to take a look for you. If you can get me a link. All right, everybody. I think we're going to close out. So let me think of like an outro that I want to do when I piece together this video. And we'll go from there. Okay. You can learn a lot more about chord progressions by checking out this playlist right here where I teach you all about playing and mastering your chord progressions. Also subscribe because we have new lessons coming out all the time, and smash that bell so YouTube actually lets you know when they come out. So thanks everybody for coming by, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Let's see. Barbara has a good tip here. Gregory, to play difficult stuff, break it down, like change 2/4 time to 8/16, or hands separate. Great lesson. Thanks as always. Thank you very much, Linda, for coming. You're very welcome. It's taken many years to truly understand some classical pieces and composers, but once you get it, it's hard not to appreciate. I agree with you there. All right, everybody, thanks for coming by. It's been another great lesson. I hope everybody's having a great summer so far, and I'm really excited for what's to come for us in the channel and for me and my life, and You know, I couldn't have done it without all of you. So you'll definitely be hearing more of that as we get more close to moving into the house, because I really appreciate, you know, I know I've done a lot of the work, but I really appreciate you guys, you know, being a part of the channel, coming to the live streams, showing your support. Because like I said, it motivates me to continue making these. Because if nobody cared and nobody watched, I would have quit a long time ago. All right, Fuddy Duddy says, thanks, Tim. I hope you enjoy your new home. You deserve the best. Thank you. Thank you very much, Fuddy Duddy. I do appreciate that. James Patterson says, thanks. This was very helpful. Tim, you're very welcome. Brandon says, thanks, dude. I didn't even know you're here, Brandon, but you are very welcome, dude. And anybody else who's, you know, new here, please come out again. I would love to see you come by. Karen says, thanks, Tim. Thanks, class. Nice to have seen you all tonight. Take care. All right, take care, Karen. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Abigail says, thanks, Tim, for your time and your patience. Another great lesson. I appreciate that. And more great lessons on the way. So everybody have a great couple of days. I'm running out of voice here. Everybody have a great couple of days, and I'll talk to you again on Sunday.